Good evening. This is BLAPPS TARK, Better Living and Positive Propaganda System, talking about real knowledge. And we're going to talk about the conspiracies and controversy subjects around the world today. And I'd like to greet you in my normal fashion by doing this. So we're going to do it as normal, 4 sections. We'll talk about what's happening over here, what's happening over there, outside of the UK, what's happening in the celebrity and community world, and of course we're going to finish with what sparks me off. I've always got a problem I need to get off my chest, something that gets on my nerves, probably gets on your nerves too. All right, we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it with my audience, my lovely audience. Anyone who turns up, anyone who comes in, we'll chat about the subjects. And if you've got your opinions to get off your chest, please feel free to do so here. Feel happy to do so here. Welcome it. I don't mind what you say. All right, let's get it on. So, first thing, over here, how you doing? How you doing, mate?
Well, Blacks.
Yes, Steve. How you been? You good? All right, man. You ready? Last week you was with the Oman.
Hey?
You're with the Oman, loving it up in it because it was February.
Yeah, man. Bob Marley movie setting. You know?
What's it like? Is it all
Bob
right?
Marley movie setting. I thought it was all right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought it was all right.
They did it credit. Well, it was accurate. Made him look good.
Nah, it's not going to be 100% accurate, but obviously it's only 2 hours, isn't it? Like, well, it's not even 2 hours, is it? And it's only covering 1976 to 78 when he went into exile.
Oh, seen. So they come back. So,
you know,
they cover the shooting and everything, and the concert.
So half of it set in England, half of it set in Jamaica, sort of thing. Well, I thought it was all right, and I thought the bread had done well. I thought, you know, he's getting enough fight because they're saying they should have got a Jamaican in the role.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
One of the grandkids should have done it and that, but I thought he was good.
Good. All right, man.
He's a good actor anyway. The British actors, the black British actors are kind of running it at the moment now, isn't they?
Yeah, they loving them in America, especially after Top Boy. After Top Boy, they can't get enough. Yeah, they think we're all gangsters, man. They think we're all gangsters. We're all like Guy Ritchie gangsters over here.
Not look at my man who done Selma, innit? That African brother, David, what's his name, innit? He don't really do gangster roles, innit? And he does quite well, innit?
No, but I'm just saying, after Top Boy, they think we're all gangsters. But they love it over there, yeah. But there's plenty of examples of British.
The one who done Get Out, innit? The one who done Get Out, he's like a Hollywood A-lister now, innit? That brother.
Well, you talk about Idris Elba. He was over there, and they didn't even know he wasn't American.
Yeah, well, it's Idris who bust the gate open for them, really, innit?
Yeah,
he's the one who kind of. Yeah. You know what, Blaps? It wants to come on, innit? But he needs the link.
Who's this?
He needs Skipper. Can you like text him the link?
No, I can't because I'm in the show now. So I mean, I've turned off the phone. Can't you do it?
Yeah, but when I come out, hold on.
I don't even know if I've still got skips. No, I think so.
Hold on. Let me see.
Well, I'll try to do it anyway. We'll chat. I'll get this show going, and if you can handle that, then you can handle. Well, he's on Facebook, so you should have got it. The link.
Yeah.
Where did you get it from? Should be out there.
Yeah, on Facebook. Yeah, we won't copy. Yeah, it won't copy for me on there.
I take too long on the subject, so I'm probably going to go over time if I go and look for a skip now. But I'll text him it. You got the link. Text me so I've got your number, and I can. Let me see if I can do it.
Yeah, he just said to me, send the link in it. So, like, I don't know, like he probably can't be asked to traipse through Facebook, maybe.
All right, so mute your mic real quick so I can chat about this one first, and then you come back in and you start chatting, and I'll text him. Come in. Yeah. You mute it. You up?
Mute, yeah.
Yeah, cheers, please. So today we're talking about over here. It's stuff that's happening in the UK where we are based, and we are talking about council tax is going to get raised again 30% in the next year. Was it 13%? 30%, I think it is. So it's about £100 odd per month. What is it? It's 20. How much do you pay? £27 a month or something like that. I can't remember, but it's getting raised because they're trying to say excuse me, things are getting crazy out there with rising prices of fuel because blockades are going on. What's that got to do with us? Or cost of living? And the thing is, it's one of those subjects that people think this is why we should all not be paying it. Why are they getting their revenue from us to pay for things that they're responsible for? You know, they say they don't want us to have our own, build our own houses on a piece of grass over there. Then you have to go into their houses, which we have to now pay for. It's just crazy. So we're supposed to be living beings running this place and owning what we want and using the natural fuels that are available out there, rather than having someone put us in a place where they say we have to be to put fuel lines in it that we have to pay for, blah, blah, blah. So if you're a universal being of matter and motion, the form of energy, we should not be paying for the council tax, but they say it goes towards the police and the fire and your garbage being taken out and blah blah blah, and it makes sense. Yeah, okay, we'll pay a little towards that. That's fine, just as long as you don't use it for war. As long as you can prove to me, and none of this money goes towards battles with other countries we didn't ask to be in, then that's cool. If you can say that, if you can prove it, then I'll pay your little tax, right? But it's service is getting worse. They're going to start, instead of weekly connections everywhere. I mean, it's happening in Birmingham. This is the latest thing that's happening in Birmingham, but this will happen. Start in Birmingham, and then they'll roll it out all over. They start in one place, just like they started the 15-minute cities in Oxford. All right, and then Oxford went crazy and still is crazy, and then they just say, all right, back off, and then they just quietly rolled it out, and just we'll quiet it down for now, and then later on we'll roll it out. And now it's going into different cities, and you'll see that it's been done on a smaller level, but they're still going for it. But right, so yeah, 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, refuse collections, and then the lights are being dimmed, and it's a crazy notion that we're soon, if you see where it's starting now, this is the thin end of the wedge, and the wedge gets bigger, lights will be off for 4 hours a night. They won't come on at sundown. What is it? Sundown. Come on. Like they used, when like come in with the lights on. When come, your mum used to tell you. My mum don't sound like that. But come in with the light on. If you don't find yourself back here, shutting the door, knocking. And so you used to run home when you saw the lights come on. That ain't gonna happen now. It'll be coming on 2 hours over, 2 hours later, because they want to lower costs. Yet we're paying more tax. It doesn't make any sense. But what they're trying to say is they're trying to combat the money that they owe. Like they'll make back 130 million in the first year or so. This comes back. They implement these changes, and so all the rest of the council is going to go, we could do that, and we get a lot more money in our back pocket. I mean, for the people, for the services. So they carry on that way, and this is what I'm saying is that this is the thin end of the wedge. They're going to go and find out how much money they can get out of us until we shout back, "Nah, we're not doing this no more." So they just want to find that fine balance and then keep it there. Remember when electricity prices went sky high for the last year or so ago, and then quietly they've been going down and down and down and down until it was like it was 2 years ago. All right, the prices are now at they were 2 years ago. So I think they're going to do the same thing, but they're going to go ramp it high. Our levels are here, ramp it high like this. We all complain, it levels off, and then we all say, yeah, that's better. And it starts going down again, and then it's going to end up here. You know what I mean? So they're ending up here is their goal. So they're going to ramp it up here where you're mad and vexed. And then when you get a discount, you're like, okay, that's cool.
The council tax in Luton is going up 5%, Blaps.
Yeah, that's Luton. But in Birmingham, it's going up a lot more. Yeah, come back in, man. Come back in. I'm going to try. I'm going to try and get hold of my man while you chat about it. You go for it. Put your camera on.
Chat about it to who? Chat about it to myself. That's all I know. That's all I know. It's going up by 5%, but I think Luton gets a little touch in it because of the airport. See you? Because I got my camera.
Oh,
because of the airport, they reckon that we get a better deal on council tax compared to other places. So they say.
Is this a council response to what's going on in Birmingham, or is this from time ago? You know this?
No. This is it from a long time ago. Because I think the airport's owned by the council, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of the profits from that kind of keeps our council tax a little bit lower than places like Bedford and wherever, Stevenage, you know what I mean?
So we'll get a hike. Is that a normal annual hike? Or?
No, it's 5% in it. That's what they've just kind of flung on us in it. But I think that's what most places are doing. Like, well, you said Birmingham's 13% in it. So other places around the country will probably be something similar.
I see.
But they play higher anyway. I think they play higher. But then obviously a lot of those places are nicer places than Luton, innit? They have better things going on in there. So, you know what I mean? For Luton.
In your opinion?
Yeah, no, they don't offer much. You know, it doesn't, the town don't offer much, man.
Not this town now. Luton doesn't offer much. Like you say, yeah.
No, as in like community stuff, you know, like events and things. And it doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't really bring. But then I think it doesn't bring in people because Luton's not an attractive place for people to visit. People don't want to come here and visit, do they? So there you go.
No, I mean when you got the residents complaining about the carnival and the fact that there's no clubs anymore, and you know bad rep. I mean Luton getting into the Premiership was a big thing, but it's not going to save us. I don't think it's going to save us.
No, it's not. Because people are getting well excited about it, but at the end of the day, the ground the capacity's only gone up by 1,000. So 10,000 last year, 11,000 this year. It's not really,
it's
you know what I mean? It's not like
big bank on us, is it?
Yeah, it's not like thousands of people from other teams are coming to the town. They're not coming, are they? You know what I mean?
No, I think that will ramp when it gets up to when they start working at Power Court, which is a new site. You know what I mean? They're putting loads of pictures over the last 5 years.
But that's if we can stay in the top 2 divisions. We have to stay in the top 2 divisions.
That's not going to happen. I mean, we scored against Liverpool a minute ago. So
yeah, I saw that.
That's my team. The Liverpool's my team. We all love Luton when we're living in Luton.
The town centre's dead. I think, you know, the town centres are dead everywhere, innit? You know what I mean? It's not just nightclubs are kind of going out the window. This Generation Z or whatever, they're not really interested in it.
No, like that cyber generation. They're just into
their
staying at home is new going out, blah blah.
Yeah, and if they do something, they want more experiences. So they will fly out and go to Amsterdam, go to Barcelona, jump out of an aeroplane, that kind of thing. They'll do
cheap
those
flight
sort of
for
things.
A weekend.
Rather than just say, let's go down the high street on a Friday night and let's go on a pub crawl. Innit? They're not really on it like that. But even though to be honest though, Bedford still got its strip though. Bedford still got it's still quite vibrant on a Friday and Saturday night in Bedford. The bars are open and that, and there's late bars and stuff where Luton don't seem to have any of that. But when you
We've got
go
a
through the
little
town
pub still, but we haven't got a venue that says, yeah, regular things happening here. Queue up down the side of the building so you can get into that. We ain't got that now.
no,
So
no, and if you
we
go on
used to have
Facebook,
big venues, but after they knocked down Queensway Hall in Dunstable, about 3 decades ago, was it? 4, maybe 40 years ago. Oh, how long ago was that? Would you say 35 years?
no, but even with that, you could still 15 years ago, you could still go clubbing in Luton, innit? You
Yeah,
could still
but
go clubbing,
as
on a
quick,
Saturday night.
watch
But
my
now,
line of thought. As you go down Queensway Hall, then you had Dumbos go. You know what I mean? And it got further towards Luton, and with Legends go, Hatters go, and all these
yeah,
big clubs that was breaking in people every week. And strength, what's the name? What's the Irish one? Oh my gosh,
Charlie Brown's.
Charlie Brown. So I used to work there, security for
Yeah,
4 years. I still can't remember.
yeah.
Cloudy, but yeah, Charlie Brown's, big
I
club.
think it's a lot of things. I think it's a lot of things. It's not just one thing.
No,
One thing.
are
It's
you gonna
white
name
flight.
the? Are you gonna name
White,
the elephant in the room?
well, white flight. White flight's a big problem. All the
Yeah,
white people. All the white
but
people are
again,
moving out.
reverse that
People
is
who.
what I was gonna say. Asian
Yeah.
influx. So it's because they've
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're
values
told
of
that.
not
Yeah,
going
it's not
to
really.
drinking and that. Yeah, so
Yeah, they're not really into the drinking, and then the Eastern European lot, they've got their own kind of thing. They do their
yeah, they
own
get
kind
their
of thing.
cheap booze and sit in front of the telly.
Yeah, they'll drink. They will drink and that. They do like music and that. Whether they go to these sort of them sort of places, and then yeah, and then it's just like the death of the high street. Like the big stores closing down. So going into the town centre is not really that desirable.
It's not
Me
got a
and
big
Skip
buzz
was
about it.
right out in town on Monday, man, and it is quite depressing. It's a depressing state of affairs when you go out there. You know what I mean?
What
It's
is
like,
there in Luton now? White House.
yeah, well, that's where we was. That's where we was,
Right.
man, out of
Okay.
the White House.
Wow. Galaxy.
Yeah, there's not really,
There's not
you know
really
what I
a,
mean?
a, a
It's
vibe in
very
there.
run down,
Go bowling or something.
and the people, them, you know what I mean, and everyone, and then if you go on social media, you'll see a lot of people write up and say that they're actually scared. They're scared of the town
They
centre.
got
They
that
don't
feeling
like
of
going.
fear. That's a lot of cities though. We can't really put it on
Yeah,
Luton.
yeah, 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 yeah,
But
yeah. A lot of the big places are like that. You know what I mean? But the big places still have events. They still have things going on. Luton doesn't really have anything going on.
well, what
You
was it like
understand?
for services though? Because we used to have what was it, the fathers, the reverends out there taking care of people. Is that still there? The bus and all that, the first aid bus
Yeah.
and all that,
The
where you
what?
could chill out after. I can't remember what it's called. It's
Oh, when people go to mash up, you mean?
yeah, fathers on street or something. It's called.
Well, no, but they don't need it. Where's the pub crawls? There's
That's what
no
I'm
pub
saying.
crawls.
Is it still there? Is it still there?
No,
Is
I
it
doubt,
part of the
it. I doubt
councils?
it because you'll go out on a Friday and a Saturday night in Luton Town Centre and you won't find any like people out and about. Or you'll just find
Mm.
people who are just going to be sitting around and they'll be drinking
They just
from
want to go
drinks from
out for a quiet, go for a quiet Nando's, maybe watch a film, and then you know what I mean. If they're going out to a pub, because
yeah,
I think when I was in clubs and it was rocking back in the day, and we're talking back in the day only about 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, right? Where you could smoke in a club, you could smoke in a pub. The rules changed and clubs died off immediately. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They say how you can go to a pub to smoke and you're not allowed to smoke. How you go to a pub to drink and you can only drink when it's not around certain provinces of the town where they don't like the drink going on. They complain about the noise and the
yeah,
bottles of broken bottles in the street afterwards. You know what I mean? The
yeah,
complaints came thick and fast when
yeah,
the when a community move changed. the community mood changed, and so they took over all the pubs and made them into mosques. Have you noticed that in Luton?
The what? They took away what?
The pubs and bought them out and made them into mosques.
No, I don't know. I haven't noticed any.
Or straight up changed them into community centres and stuff like that, which is fine. I don't mind that.
No, they turn into property.
Yeah. Airbnb and stuff like that. But like, I don't mind that. That's just natural, right? But if you're talking about saving the nightlife, there's no call for a nightlife. There's no one out there saying, "Where's our club? We want our club back." There's no one out there.
Not if everyone's moving away. I say this to
That's what I'm saying.
my Caucasian friends all the time. You can't be moaning about a place when you all you do is run it down, and then you don't want to live there anyway, and then you move away anyway. So what do you want?
That's where most complaints come from Luton people.
As I said, I live in Hightown. And no one sounds like me in Hightown. Nobody talks like.
You can't see anyone who looks like you out there.
No, not really. Not much people look like me. Not much people sound like me. You know what I mean? Everybody sounds like they're from somewhere else. They're not from here. And that's how it goes, isn't it? But if you just keep if you keep leaving, if you keep leaving, innit, what do you want? You'll just get replaced from other people.
We could talk about the council, and the council. Well, we're only talking about Luton because that's all we know. Basically, we can't talk about any other big city and how the council's tax is going up in their place. But the council tax is going on to deal with the costs of the amount of money they're losing because there's no nightlife, there's no services, there's no this, that, and the other. The people complaining, so therefore people stay away from Luton, and the council are responsible for a lot of this. You know what I mean? Apathy and vexed nature because there's nothing for the children, for the youth. There's no camaraderie.
There might be a little tide changing. The feel-good factor with what's going on with the football. You know, the Radio 1 big weekender might have a knock-on effect. I don't know. We don't know.
3 days.
You know what I mean? It's just the image, isn't it? The image of the town is just really bad. It's really, really bad. And that 24 hours in police custody don't help. They need to go move to another.
I thought that was moving. Like it's going to London and Manchester.
Come on, man.
They used to do it all the time.
Yeah, 10 years just focusing on Luton, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Go to somewhere else, man. Go to Leicester or Coventry or somewhere. You know what I mean?
I talk to my family every week on a Zoom call, have a little meeting. What you've been doing this week? What you've been doing that? And it's getting harder and harder to defend Luton because all they think about Luton is that I'm living in a terrorist state. I'm living in, it's just worries every day. It's just something going on.
Yeah. And the infamy and it's known and it doesn't help that the most famous people out of Luton are infamous people. That doesn't help either.
Yeah, exactly. And they're known around the world.
We do infamy well. We do infamy well. Charlie Bronson, Tommy Robinson, Andrew Tate. You know what I mean?
All these people.
Yeah.
We're farm for all these terrorists and everything like that.
Yeah. And then you got the Muslim terrorist vibes going on as well. EDL. You know what I mean? All of that. You got all of that, and it just puts a picture up. Throwing 24 hours in police custody on top of that. You know what I mean? And there you go. Keeps getting voted worst town in the country all the time. That's an element of racism.
At the moment, I think we're third now. So
well, no, but that's an element of racism, Blacks, because you've been up north, Blacks. I've been up north, mate. Jesus, oh dear. You go to some places up north. You go to some of them seaside resorts, and then you'll see something.
Dire drug problem.
Because Luton is a brown town. It's because Luton is a brown town. If Luton was like a 70% Caucasian town, people would say, "Oh, it's just a bit rough around the edges," but it's a true working class town. The people
used to be a working class town, but we've got no factory.
You'll get all of that. It's a salt of the earth, and you know, what I mean, but it's because most of the population are brown. That is why
It's
they
big.
they will put that, and the people who vote on these stupid polls will be that sort of demographic, that sort of probably white British demographic. I can't see much like Asian people or black people voting on things like that. We ain't got time for rubbish like that. Oh, let's vote who's the rubbishest town, who's the worst place, and that. You know what I mean? Who's got time for them rubbish there? It's just like some man them who sit down behind a computer all day, innit, who do things like that. That's why it comes across. That's why it comes across like that.
You know, I
It
was
is. It is.
thinking.
It is an element of racism there, definitely, in my opinion.
You know, I was thinking was going to help was you know when they did the massive where Vauxhall was is now Kipton Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did a massive development of a new community. It was basically for the old people from London who had sold their garage for 2 million, and come to Luton, they can get a flat, you know, a 2-bedroom flat for like 300 grand. And oh, that's very cheap, isn't it? That's great, and we can have all this extra money, and we're 25 minutes from London. We can commute into London because the train station is just across the road. So
cross the road, get the fast train straight into London,
straight
come
into
back.
London. So I thought that was going to draw in loads of people. They actually built a school.
No, because they're not going into town centre. They'll just go back to London, innit? Right, we're going out for drinks on a Friday, or we'll just go back to London. Let me just get on the train and go back to London. What am I going to go into Luton town centre for? You understand? You know, it doesn't really help, innit? And
I went around the hat factory, and they got a lot of pictures in there saying they want to try and get carnival reinvented. Right?
they have to do something. They have to do something. You know what I mean? I spoke to Tony, who's a director at the Carnival
Tony
Arts a
A.r.m.s.
few while ago.
Tony
Yeah, and he
A.r.m.s.
was just saying, you know, they're completely broke. They ain't got no money. And I said, well, something's got to give. I said, you've got to get back in one of them parks. They can't afford the police in or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, you've got to get back in.
What's
You've
that, Spence?
got to.
There's a petition. Sorry to jump in, Mark. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm sorry, I'm late as well. But there's a petition
Yeah.
going around it there.
Yeah, but there's not enough signatures. Even I looked at it yesterday, man. 350 signatures, man. That ain't saying nothing.
What to get carnival back as it was?
Yeah, to kind of get it back
in
to
the
the level it was. Because I'm telling you, I done a stall. I done a stall at Northampton Carnival last year, mate. And Northampton Carnival, Mecca Carnival looked like some fucking village fate, bro. Seriously, yeah, man.
We used to be the baddest carnival.
It's the most money. It's the most money I made on a stall in the summer skip. It was the most money I made on a stall, yeah. And it was wild. It was bad. Yeah, floats coming through the park, sound system playing, stage, loads of different stalls, loads of different food, loads of people, black, white, everyone, young, old, all over the gaff.
It was city, though, isn't it? It's a city.
Huh?
It's a city.
What?
It's a proper city. This is a town trying to become a city. We're trying to become a city of culture in Luton.
Northampton is not a city, bruv. Northampton is not a city. Northampton is a town. Northampton is a town. Probably a little bit bigger than Luton, but not much.
They call it Northampton Town. My people still live there.
It is a town. It's not a city.
And I know that, but what I'm saying is like bigger money going into Northampton than it goes into Luton.
Yeah, but and the thing is as well. The thing is as well. They haven't even Northampton has got nowhere near as much black people as Luton.
No,
and this is supposed to be a carnival. So our carnival, for the size of the black population in Luton, which is over 20,000, it's well over 20,000. Yeah. That carnival, it needs to be a bit more popping than that.
Big time.
Seriously.
So this city of culture by 2025 is bullshit.
Well, no, they're called out city of culture. They're not doing it. They said they were going to do it. They're not doing it.
So when they say to you, like, because we got floundering interest in Luton, we're going to raise the council tax to keep the level of services available, what are you going to say?
No, it's bullshit. Because the services, we're not getting it. Well, I'm talking from a Black Caribbean point of view. I don't really see what we're really getting. I don't really see what we're getting. Because if that's what they're defending for our carnival, that's not really doing it. That's not good enough.
No,
You understand?
absolutely not.
I
That's
mean,
not good enough.
no, that's not good enough. No sound system culture, no community stalls, no nothing. You know what I mean? Well, one year I went down there and they just had a bag of man them. I don't know where they were from, but they weren't local and they weren't Caribbean persuasion. And they were just selling like, was it like them balloons, you know, them gas blown up balloons and some other stuff. And there were loads of them. It's like, yeah, there were hordes of them come, and they had all these little stalls set up. And I'm thinking, all right, that's well and good, you know, come and sell some of them. But where's all the, all right, you're walking through Luton
No,
Town Centre, man. You're not smelling jerk. You're not smelling no jerk. You're not smelling no corn.
Where's the
You're
culture
not
at?
smelling no corn. You're not even
There's
smelling
no
you're not
culture
smelling no herb.
representation, is there?
Yeah, you're not smelling no herb, you're not smelling no corn, you're not smelling no jerk. And then we have to pack up ourselves to make it just even a little bit authentic. We have to pack up ourselves in Cabana's car park.
Yeah.
Well,
Out of the way.
what I've seen in the last few carnivals that I've attended, I haven't attended carnival for time. And basically, when I say I attend, I'm going to the park, you know what I mean, just outside the town centre, where the peripheral, you know, when they're doing up the stuff, or when they got the music at now, they keep it out of town centre, which I find utterly ridiculous. When you go into town centre though, and they got the floats going through, do the floats still go through town centre?
Yeah,
they
just
go on
little
Manchester Street, innit?
One little small route.
Dip in and come out again.
Yeah, through the town, quickly through the town.
It runs up by near the Crown Court, Market Hill, trickles down to St George's Square, and that's about it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's not really.
There's no hype for it. One time I actually forgot. I didn't even know Carnival was on. It's only because I saw the roads blocked off as I was driving. I was like, "Oh, the Carnival on today."
There was a time when Carnival was on, you know, nobody's missing. You know, everybody's getting ready to go. Everyone's getting their gowns before the time.
And you couldn't walk through the street properly. You couldn't.
Yeah, man's calling from London, ready to come up. Girls calling from London, ready to come up from all about. The place was an event.
Oh my
God.
An event.
Yeah. Remember, we'd have to take the pilgrimage. You have to take the pilgrimage a couple of weeks before up to Dalston. You have to go up to Dalston to buy some new garms.
That's right. Yeah, get a pair of valleys or a click suit. Or
to Carnival.
And people had a plan where they were going to end up. They're going to end up at Inkerman Street. They're going to end up on King Street, and it's up the streets.
Yeah, but months beforehand, you have to
do that now.
Get your mind
no, but what I'm saying, as even a man, you know, women have to do that anyway.
And get your team.
No, you have to. You go to London. You're going to Brixton. You're going to Dalston. You're finding a new outfit to buy, man. You know what I mean? The girls are going over Finsbury Park there. You know what I mean? To get clothes. You have to go and buy clothes. You say what you're gonna go Carnival and you ain't got a new outfit. Jesus Christ!
From head to toe. You better be from head to toe.
Your cousins are coming to Luton to judge.
Yeah, because everyone's coming to everyone. There's people who I don't see at all when I was younger. Don't see, but I know that every year they will come and find me at Starlight. They will find me at Starlight, and I only see them once a year. I only see them once a year. After that, I don't see them again. But next year, I will see them again at Carnival. They will come and find me.
Yeah,
it's simple as that.
We'll never get that back unless this council changes. Because the whole council there's no black people in the council. There's like three, I think, out 30 of council members. I think 3 of them are black, and they're Christian. I think 3 of them. I think they're all Christian. You know what I mean? So the area we can't, even though Inkerman Street was owned by church. It was a community centre, so it wasn't a church like it is now. So community centre would have the car park, you know what I mean, and everything like that. Would just be in the car park.
I've always said, man, Carnival was over. The beginning of the end of Carnival was when Starlight went.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of years it was nice in the park. It was nice having the park bit as well. That could work, you know what I mean? But now,
kind of.
But then going on to Starlight, that was our fault anyway, because really, as a black community, did we fight hard enough to get that building? You know what I mean?
It's 15 grand a year for rent, and I was going to my people. We could buy this building from the people that own it in St Albans. We could buy it from them, and the St Albans people wanted another community group in there, and I said, I'll go in there as a community group, and I've got people, and they said, okay, we've got another viewer coming in, and it was an African church. It's an African church, and they just paid the rent off.
Yeah, Starlight was the cornerstone for everything, really, and especially
in a day they paid it off. Yeah, it was.
And that's what I mean. And it's got to fit.
Go too easy.
And even if we do come up with money, to get a building,
youth house before we get a carnival back.
It has to be central. It's got to be central. It can't be tucked away in Lucy Farm. It can't be upper Stopsley or down Farley Hill. It can't be down there. It needs to be in the town centre.
Yeah, where people can just jump off the train.
And it needs to have some car parking. It doesn't have to have a lot of car parking, because obviously it's in the town centre and people could get there by whatever. But it has to be somewhere central, man. If it's not going to work. It's really not going to work. But then, to be honest, anything will do at the moment.
Yeah, but that's one weekend in a year, bro. And I'm thinking, if they're going to raise taxes for us to say that our services are going to go up and all that, and we need to pay for it, and we need to make reparations towards the debt that we've picked up because of rising stuff, and we couldn't afford it, and people leaving, we've got to have something in place for that. And the clubs would make that so. I think if we got more clubs in, but like you say, the clubbing scene is dead to these new youths. So as far as they're concerned, they weren't grown up in it. They don't see the excitement of it. Their parents are talking about what they used to do when they were, 30 years ago, 25 years ago. Now they're growing up, 16, 17, 18. All the youths I teach and train and mentor and everything, they all go to raves. They go raves outside. They jump on the train, they go in their car, 5 or 6.
Yeah, they go to proper
things. They go up to raves, man.
They go to proper experience. Luton doesn't have that, because Luton hasn't even got a venue where even like a sort of half famous guy can come and perform.
That's right, proper event.
Yeah, someone who is even like, you haven't even got a venue where 700 people can go and see an artist.
Like perform. Tony, you're talking to Tony. What's wrong with the roof? Is the roof at Carnival Arts Centre? What's wrong with the place? Why can't we use it?
Because they said that was messed up from about a year ago, if not longer.
Yeah, they're like 5 years. That place.
They ain't got the money to fix it, but it's a shithole anyway. I don't know who they asked, who they got to design that. Someone was just being too clever. They were just being too clever, man. Instead of you, I'd rather you just have a purpose-built, boring building made out of bricks. Yeah, just purpose-built, boring. Everyone, he ain't gonna win no awards for architecture of the year.
but at least we got a place where we can just put speakers in.
But sturdy, not like, you know what I mean? They fucking make it look like some, I don't know what they were thinking.
But you're bowing down to the youth house right now, see? Because that's what you say. You did like this arty design new thing that they put on top of the youth house. No. You're saying you like the old style, mashed down, rago youth house, which was
no. Let's not get it twisted.
You can put a spin on it, Blaps, innit? But sometimes, some people can be a bit too clever. And they were going on too clever. It looked like they were looking to win Architect of the Year award and this and that and this and that. But no, but the building's not built properly.
They were trying to make something elite on some dog shit that they swept away. That's what they were thinking. And they got rid of the old youth house, which was awesome. Even though it was mashing down. It was awesome to us. Yeah. And you had loads of people going in there like it was their second yard.
Yeah.
But now the Carnival Arts has got all these fences around it and block off this, and you can't
You don't even
go
feel
through
welcome.
reception and everything.
You don't even feel welcome.
You know, are we
go
allowed
down
to
there and
even
have a
come
look
in there?
around.
Is this a
Yeah,
community centre
exactly.
or is it a business
That's
centre?
the vibe you get. When you come down there and look around, like you said, all fenced off and this, that, and the other. As you enter the door, someone comes up to you, want to see what you're doing around it. You're
Yeah.
thinking, what? You ask is just a thing you did there, and you see man
You
rolled
just
in
go in there,
during the day. Yeah, people just pass
get
through,
your
innit?
apple crumble and custard and
Your apple crumble and custard.
surf burger.
A town of this size, hasn't got a theatre. You haven't got a theatre to take. So
Yeah,
you can't
the
even
nearest
go.
theatre is Grove Theatre in Dunstable. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, you have to go to Dunstable, but you know what I mean, which
I
is all right,
put it
which
to
is
them
fine.
that they should make the ABC into a proper performing theatre, and where
They
music
should, you know.
could be performed and everything like
It's
that.
full
They
of-
want to
it's
make
full-
it
it's
to a
full of
freaking museum.
It's full of asbestos.
Yeah, so they say.
Is that what the problem is? Because it's been there sitting there for a good while, you know.
Yeah,
No, 20 odd years.
it's full of asbestos. And
Yeah,
no one.
that's some bullshit. They could get rid of that. If they had the 10 million, they'll get rid of that in a minute. So
You
if
see,
they put
they
money
open,
towards it, they'll get rid of it.
yeah, if they clean that up, man, and go in there and set up the thing as a proper event
Was
place,
it
it could
take
work.
block off the place for a few days?
Yeah,
and then
it could work.
As I said, if they don't get a grip on that town centre and get that place tidied up a little bit, even if you did do that and open it, would people come? Because people do not like the experience. They don't like going in town.
The experience is drugs. The experience is homelessness.
It's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible, man.
It's a bit ghetto, isn't it?
That's the experience.
Yeah, because I'm a man. I'm a man of the streets. I'm a man of the streets, like all of us, but even especially me. I grew up in Berry Park on the road and doing all them things. And even me, I'm just like, boy, no, don't come too close to me, brother. I'm like, where are they going? I'm like, mate, I'm just crossing over. Don't come there with, no, man.
But
with your dirty self,
he's a big
you come
time man. He's a jungle.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
I had my place on George Street, town centre, right? Yorkshire Bank, the old Yorkshire Bank, my old academy. And we had it for about 2 years there because we got in with a charity and the charity allowed us to do anything we wanted. So as long as we gave away books, because they didn't want them to go into landfill as a green charity. So we had the whole building, 8,000 square foot. We loved it. We put a piano, as you walk in, you see the piano next to drum kit and books surrounded it. People didn't know what the hell this place was. But
how long ago was that, Blaps?
That was 2014 to 16.
Yeah, I remember when you had it.
Yeah. So people used to walk in and stop. There was is this a bookshop? Is this a community center? Is this a place of learning? Is this a place? They didn't know what was going on because their senses were being overloaded with tranquility. You see what I'm saying? It was a place where people were debating against all kinds of things, but people were walking and joining a debate with total strangers and be rowing. No, you can't talk about like we're talking now. They would just come in and get, we're looking through the books, what books they want to take away. You could take away 5 books each for free. And people couldn't believe that you could take away the books. They'd say, yeah, you can leave. And we used to have joked that as they left the books, you go, oh, come back with the book. And they're like, no, 43. And so it was such a weird feeling for them. They could come in, listen to music, play the drums, play the piano. We had so much talent coming for that door. You will not believe. We had opera singers come in, just start singing opera. They'd come in to sell me something.
Yeah. But I think
opera singer would just say, "Oh yeah, this in my bar."
The neglect, and the down runnings of the town centre hadn't really kicked in at that time. Blaps. It wasn't great. Wasn't great. But it was nowhere near at the level now. I bet you, Blaps. Right?
I know exactly who got me out of that place. The place afterwards is an ice cream parlour. So they came in, saw the footfall of the Arndale Centre. It was right connected to the Arndale Centre, but it's not part of the Arndale Centre. It's owned by Yorkshire Bank. It's actually owned by Burton. Burton's the clothing people.
Yeah.
But they used to own Debenhams as well. So it was part of Debenhams, and it was the end part of Debenhams where Burton's used to be, and then Burton sold it to
Debenhams is closed now, isn't it?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's closed up now.
Yeah.
It's boarded up.
I don't know what they're doing with that. Boarded up, is it?
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's going to be
boarded up.
Airbnb. Watch. That's going to be Airbnb.
They don't know what they're going to do with that. I don't know.
But they came in and took over the place, and now it's a commercial place again.
Yeah, what I was going to say, Blaps, right? Even say imagine if you did get that place back now, right? You would find that you would have to be using your martial arts skills in there, because you'd have to be running people out of there.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah, because of the way people go
we
on.
had martial arts upstairs. We had 5 martial arts training upstairs.
No, I'm saying the
attitude going in there was, wow, this place is great. People used to pop their head out.
That's what he's saying.
What you think it's changed now?
Yes, bro.
The
yes, bro.
clientele you got in the town.
No respect anymore.
They're just gonna come in on one of this and one of that. Use a toilet and sit down in your toilet and
beg and come beg outside
and beg a thing and come inside for a minute. Oh, you can just come in for a minute, mate. Can I get a cup of tea?
Begging was banned now. We used to have we used to have all the buskers coming on a Wednesday and jam together. You had man coming with didgeridoo. Massive didgeridoo and everything.
Buskers ain't too bad. They add a little character to the place, you know what I mean? And at least they're doing something to earn the change still. But but
they used to just jam. They weren't making no money. They used to just come in and jam together because they loved
it. But that's what I'm saying. Even those sort of people, that sort of variety of people, you don't even see anymore. That's what I'm saying. In the town, you would get some little characters. You'd get little characters and people who anytime you go to town, you would see them. And they're not junkies. They're not beggy.
I don't go town. What's it like? Tell me.
Yeah, you understand. But even that, you don't even see that sort of people. You just see one sort of level of people. You know what I mean? And it's always ram. The town is always ram. It's ram carp. Every time you go through town, it's ram carp. But what are these people actually doing? Are any of them buying anything? Are they doing anything? It looks like a lot of people are just wandering around.
Is closed because I thought they changed into another shop. Isn't it just another shop?
It's ram. The town.
You could go through town and see who's on a hustle and who's not. Let's put it that way.
Wow, is that blatant now?
That's what I'm saying. It's not people going around doing meaningful activity. So you've got 3,000 people milling around the town centre on any given day, but a good proportion of them in there, they're not doing anything constructive. They're just hanging around. They're just hanging around or just fucking about or whatever, or just becoming a nuisance. There is a lot of that.
Yeah.
There is a lot of that. So it's quite sad. But as I said,
do we notice that now more because we've grown and we're bigger people and we can see where I go on?
Yeah, we're outside the fishbowl.
Because nowadays we used to come and link up in town and walk up and down and you know what I mean?
You had nothing to do. You had finished your job at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Is it really that bad?
I don't know. I haven't been there for a while. I mean, town centre. I just don't find no reason to go there.
Well,
remember, I used to be security walking down town the Arndale when it was the Arndale. It's the mall now. What's it called now? Mall.
Yeah, the mall.
Is it the mall? Because they changed it again, didn't they? But anyway, I was walking up and down there for 30 now, so I see everyone. So as soon as I finished that job, oh my God, what was that? 2000? That was 19. Gosh, 1996 or
I think what it is.
1986.
I think town centres in general, town and city centres in general, are really there at the moment for people of the lower wage demographic. People on a higher wage demographic who have access to cars and access to, fast flowing internet at home, and they've got their credit card, and you've got your debit card and that. You know what I mean? Them people are not really, they don't have to venture. Look, Blaps just said it. I can't remember the last time I've been in town. There's thousands of people who will say exactly the same thing. Oh, I can't, so the town centre are the people them who can't really do no better.
So but they moved the blood thing in there. That's why I had to go the last time. It was about a year and a half ago. I had to go.
The blood bank.
For the blood. No, not for the blood bank. The blood bank's always been outside the library.
I was going to say, yeah.
when I went in there, no, the hospital where to go to get blood tests.
They moved that into
is now in the main place inside the town centre. So now the Arndale, the mall, whatever, and so you have to go in. I go in by car, and the car park is always rammed. So there's people going there. When I was security, there's at least 30,000 people walking to that place every day.
Yeah, people are there.
What you're saying now is that there's no one even walking around no more. What? It's just the dregs.
No, we're saying the place is rammed. The place is rammed.
In the daytime, it's rammed. In the daytime, it's rammed. So
even nighttime is quite busy.
I don't know because there's no high end shops in there. There's not really no nice shops in there. So people are going in there, but they are spending very small amounts of money. So they are probably going using the pound shops, buying cheap fruit in the market, getting a bit of food at a Lidl's, farm foods. That's the kind of standard.
Right.
And
so
I think
the nightlife is all restaurants.
Yeah, but the nightlife's non-existent, and the restaurants they don't even have. All right. Some of like your middle market restaurants, none of them ain't opened in Luton. They don't open in Luton. Bedford, Milton Keynes has them all, innit? Luton don't have none of them. One thing Luton has got, it's got good street food. It's got good international food. So it's good on that way, but you have it. All right, you don't see no Wagamamas in Luton, do you? You don't see no Miller and Carter. You don't see none of them places. You know what I mean? Bedford and that. Yeah, you don't see no Frankie and Benny's or none of those sort of places. They're not open.
Blah blah.
No, TGI,
You got Nando's. That's it. Nando's. Nando's. Simple.
Nando's opened up another places.
Yeah, because that's the standard. That's the level, innit? Chicken and chips, innit? You know what I mean? I
want to start right when Chicken George left.
But see, but you know what they say is like it's a useless eaters, isn't it? You make sure the useless eaters have got something to eat in it. It doesn't have to be of nothing great standard.
Look what Chicken George done. Look what Chicken George done. Chicken George was big.
They got a big restaurant
now. It's a Luton institution, and he fucked off and left the town. So what does that say?
He just opened a restaurant. He was fed up with a little shop that's put him into
the grave. Petition the thing, you know, and they used to queue outside the road.
I said, "You ever leave, there's going to be a riot, bro."
People used to queue up the road for that thing, you know,
because he would never deliver. That's his genius. He's genius, man. He wouldn't deliver.
Really.
He had the best chicken.
If he was genius, he would open another one.
Yes, he opened up. He closed that one, opened two more.
Yeah, but no.
But their restaurants sit down in the restaurant and eat.
Yeah, with TV screens, with big bar. They even have a
amazing. Huh? No.
That's in Bedford, though, yeah.
No, there's one in Bedford and one in Hitchin. I think Hitchin. Yeah.
And they're talking about he's going St Albans next.
Yes,
but that's what I mean. He didn't feel that Luton would even be good enough to have one of those. So what does that tell you?
I've talked about it so many times with him. I've had half-an-hour discussions with him about it.
He's got his reputation from Luton because anybody in Luton can talk about that place there.
Yeah,
so anyway, he goes after that now. That's the reputation that's making him money.
People were very upset.
People petition for that, yeah?
My nephew's friend.
Hold on. But then yet still, you can't left the town and gone elsewhere and given them a better service now, a better place than what we even had.
Well, he couldn't do nothing in that place. He tried to explore. He tried to explore extending it, but he just thought Luton ain't worth it.
He could have just opened another unit. Right,
yeah, he tried to explore it, extending it, but his daughter took it over by then.
If he wanted to do
his daughter took it over by then. Believe me, I've had enough.
He could have done. Right, look at Bedford. All he done was took over an old pub, an old closed down pub. That's what he took over. Look how much old pubs there are. You couldn't dig off one of them. Look how much units empty in the town centre. But he said to himself, "Nah, town centre ain't good enough for me and my brand. I'm not going there." That's what it was.
Okay.
That's what it was. You know what I mean? Simple, you know? which is quite sad.
He didn't see that Luton
sad,
was a viable place to continue expanding. So
no,
he thought he wanted a better echelon of people.
Yeah,
so
still,
he
it's
wants
the
to go
Luton
to
reputation.
Harlington, a place that's not
Yeah,
Harlington.
but it's going to be the Luton reputation that's going to help you put
absolutely
bums on seats in there. You get me?
But you know, it doesn't matter where he goes, he's got that rep now, and he earned it.
Yeah, he's got that rep. And
I need to get onto another subject, bro, because like you know what, this was just chatting about council tax. We got into Luton, and we could talk about Luton forever.
There's only Luton people in there, so we might as well just talk
Don't worry
about
that, man. I've got to record this and put it out for the people, then they can watch it afterwards. So we can't just chat about one second. Okay. All right. So now, if you lock off your mics for 5 seconds, and I'll chat about what's happening over there. All right. So, in over there, which is happening outside the UK, American. I'm asking the question: is American politics broken? Because there's been no action on it since Biden's got in. They're doing the same thing to Biden that they did to Obama, which was block to their own detriment. The Republican Party now is a cult for Trump, and Trump is running them into the ground because he's made it a business for Trump empire, and so therefore he's getting done for 91 indictments. The list can go on and on. If we talk about what's going on with Trump's family and what he done while he was the president and what he's doing now after the presidency, he's involved 91 indictments, first president to be impeached twice, twice. He's getting done for documents. He's getting done for sexual assault. He's getting done for fine for fraud under his Trump gang when he was the president, and he's just been ordered to pay 350 million in fine for the fraud, tax evasion, pretty much, of the Trump industry. So they've put him out to pay that. He's had to pay the sexual Evelyn Carroll payment for a sexual assault 25 years ago or something like that, that he still defamed her, cussed her out, and still cussing her out to this day. He's got another case came up about it because he continues to defame her. So now she's being paid out 89 million. And so now he has to try and stay out of jail by becoming the next president. And so therefore he wants everything that Biden is doing. Hold on a second. He's doing everything he's doing now is to block Biden's success, because then he can argue about you haven't been successful in your term because you haven't sorted out immigration, and you haven't sorted out the Ukraine problem, and you haven't sorted out inflation. So therefore, I would be a better person to come in to sort that out. But all he wants to do is to get back into the presidency to stay out of jail, because you can't jail. Well, you can jail a president. They can operate from jail if they really needed to, but he has to become president first before he goes to jail. So now, the question is this: is politics broken in America? Because now that they're trying to make Trump, and they're so scared, the Republican Party, to do anything against Trump. Trump has said, no, I don't want you to get a bipartisan agreement, a bill going through the House to go into the Senate to sort out immigration, even though you've both come to a great decision. You're just about to sign it and you want me to ratify it. He said, no, don't sort it out, because I want something to fight against Biden for the election. So I don't want it to look so successful, because Biden has sorted out inflation problem, and he's just sorted out the immigration problem. He's united on Russia and Ukraine, which is what his country loves, and he's united on Israel and the UK, which is what his country loves. So they're going to back him up in the next election, and his polls have gone up now. And
Biden's gone up.
Biden's has gone up. It was at 39, and it's at 51. So now Trump was at 59 for his, but his has dropped down because of his last by-election. What's the name? Running for the president to become the Republican nominee. He was fighting against two other people that took 53% from him. You know, together 29% and something, and 24% or something like that. And they took away that from him, and so he only won a narrow margin. He thought he was going to win like 75%, but these two took away that kind of him. So he hasn't got the hardcore behind him that he used to have. So that's the question. It's open now. What do you want to say? Do you even care?
I don't too pre what America's dealing with still, to be honest, on a level like, yeah, I'll catch what they're saying on the news, but I don't run it down, if you understand, because to me, like I said, the whole this person's coming in to be president, that person, it's like the schedule, the plan's already being set. They're just carrying
it's
out the
always
motion.
like that. But that's the way it's always been. It's always been a country of two parties. You know, for the longest time. But when you're saying like which one should be in, it's a coin, and you've got Republican and Democrat. So no matter which one goes in, they're both as bad as each other.
Yeah, like Cat Williams
it's just
said,
who's going to have power for the next 4 years.
Each other.
Yeah, who could do the most for their party in the next 4 years? That's all they want. Once you got the power, you get the money. You get the money, get the power, get the money, get the money, get it all. Get it all. So yeah,
I mean, Trump's like their golden boy, though, isn't it? At the end of the day,
no, they got no choice. He's not a golden boy. They all hate him. They all despise him, but he's a gangster in charge. And
yeah,
so
he's got all these indictments against him and this, that, and the other, and can't move
people,
him now.
They can't go against him because
people like him.
That's what I'm saying. They like him. He's a golden boy, man.
They don't like him. He's a cult leader.
He's turning as well because enough black man like him as well.
Yeah, well, if he's a cult leader, that means he's got a following, innit? If he's a cult leader, he's got a following.
That's not going to get him in. It's not enough. It's only got 30% in his cult. 30% of the country will not win you an election, as we found out in the last one when Biden beat him. So it's, he's got to rely on his people, but win more voters, and he's not winning them because his hardcore old white man voters are now saying, "Oh, he's a criminal. Oh, he's not a Christian." And they're suddenly not tasting the Kool-Aid anymore.
They're not drinking the Kool-Aid.
They're not drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. They're beginning to find out. They've switched off Fox News and put on MSNBC, and have found out, wow, he's been indicted. Our president, our Jesus has been in prison. You know what I mean? You can't have a flawed person as a Republican. They've got to be peachy white. You see what they like. You look at the other night, the 40-odd presidents, they're all white. So,
but then how? I mean, even I don't know how it all works. To be honest, like he can get back as a president.
Listen, when America decides their politics, if they decide a bill's going through that they're going to legalize cannabis, years later Britain does it. When they sniff or we sneeze.
We sneeze.
Right. So it's a matter of we have to watch the politics. When I say over there, over here, and celebrity community, all these topics that we talk about are world problems. They're pretty much everyone in their own country is dealing with the same exact problem, but with different celebrities, different politicians, and different towns. They're all after the same thing.
Yeah, so it doesn't. What going America comes to England at some point, at some stage. I hear that.
Yeah,
I hear that. Yeah.
But so we have to watch their politics, because if they're saying they're going to do something massive on immigration, you can bet your bottom dollar their allies are going to follow in their stead, because they're part of the UN. That's why they're in Ukraine. That's the reason why they're in the Ukraine. Whatever reason is there? They want the Ukraine part of their system because they want to be able to attack Russia when they want. And
they want a closer place to Russia, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, and they want to be backing up Israel for the Jewish community of 9 million people in Israel. There's 9 million people in London. You don't see the whole of America's force protecting London. You know what I mean? So it's a British problem, unless it goes outside of the UK. You know what I mean? Outside the UK interest, and the UK can't handle it like World War II. And they asked America to get involved, and America said, "Nah, you can handle this. You'll be all right. Just keep going out, fight the good fight." And then Churchill was like, "Yo, we can't handle too much more than this. We need help." So he went to the Jewish, Israel, who run all the banks. They were funding the German fronting, they were funding the English, and they were funding the Japanese. They were funding everyone.
Yeah, because it's money, innit? It's about money.
And money. And money don't give a damn where it comes from. And so they got America involved through pushing Japan's buttons, and Japan got into the conflict, and then America come in, and all of a sudden people fleeing from Israel made up what would become NASA and a rocket program, made some seriously strong bombs, and flew to Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Yeah, but they said there's quite a few Nazis that was in NASA as well, isn't it?
That's what I'm talking about. They came from Germany. The scientists, Einstein, all them people there. Yeah, Oppenheimer.
Yeah, give them new names.
Oppenheimer and everyone jumped on later on. So they became NASA later on. And NASA was built on rocket science. They don't care whether technology has to go. They will persecute people. So after that, 48, they're asking Britain to compensate them and get a place for their people to go. And Britain said, "Oh, we've got this little place over there in the east." And I say, "What's it called?" "Well, they're calling it Palestine over there, but we just call it part of Ottoman Empire." So we're just going to lend you that. You can have that. Yeah, you know what? Take it. You're good. And then 68, they tried to ratify it as their new homestead. Just take a piece of area. They're actually going to go to Africa. Can you believe that? They were going to thinking about setting up Israel in Africa.
Well, that's another argument, because man would say, "Boy, they call it Middle East, but it's really part of Africa."
There's no Middle East. Middle of what?
Point.
Where is the East? Are you calling it middle? Egypt used to stretch almost to China.
Right. So there you go. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? So
part of the argument.
It's just when Muslims started taking over, it went back towards Egypt, and they took over Egypt. Now they're running Egypt. You see how they want to close down all the museums?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? They want to control all of that.
Control all everything. All that gold and everything. And
all of that. Yeah, they want to control all of that. And try and change all the stuff that's been written on the walls, carved in for ancients.
And when the UK says later on, actually, we own that. We control it. And we've got a big man behind us that will protect us. That's the only way you gain sovereignty, is when you've got a big people to protect you and have a country to protect you. Or you can protect yourself in any war against anyone because you've got serious allies. So when it comes down to saying to Israel, when Israel notices this now, and they're saying, "Wow, we've got serious people to back us up," and you've got the largest armory stockade of
because anything America have, they got it as well.
They've got it in their back because it's a strategic place. So they could just straight away fire to Russia, blah blah blah, and fight to Iran, and shoot up Iran and all this kind of places. All this Syria stuff that happened in back in the day. I mean, the Syria conflict, this Ukraine one, Afghanistan, Yemen, Bosnia, all them, they're all connected to today. So this whole war, I said to this in 2014, I was chatting about this on when BLAPPS TARK was on Tropical FM. I was talking about Gaza, how the war will never end. and because it's ongoing conflict of 2,000 years, that America will not allow anyone else to have control over that place. America will not allow it because they want to have a foothold to be ready to have a massive stockade of weaponry to go straight to Russia. There you go. Or attack Iran, or attack anyone that is, historically their enemy. And when you talk about history, they're only using the religious side of this to say the other people are beneath us, they're animals, they're dogs, they're not even human, they're three-fifths of human, blah, blah. They've always done it. They did it to us, they did it to them. The first people to enslave us were Israelites.
Yeah, it's the same old propaganda again, isn't it?
Yeah. So when I say over there,
they know who we are and where we're from, but they still spread propaganda to make people believe differently, isn't it?
They must spread propaganda about we.
Real talk.
Free your mind from mental slavery. Stop giving in to the propaganda. So I'm saying to you, Trump has told everyone recently that if he was in control of the UN, he'd get everyone to pay. And if they didn't pay, they'd say, would you still protect us? And they say, no. Matter of fact, I'll tell Russia to attack you.
To attack you, yeah. That's a bit,
because you ain't paid me. It? And he's trying to make out he's strong and tough.
Yeah, like a dictator. Right. You're saying that because they haven't paid the piper, you're going to go and tell somebody else now to go and attack them.
There you go. He's a gangster in charge.
That's a bit of a bully boy, isn't it? It's a bit of a bully boy.
He's a failed gangster, bro. I'm telling you. This man is operating like he's under the protection racket.
He's different if you said, all right, there, you're not paying the thing, so don't expect no help and don't expect no protection.
It's your allies you're talking to.
But you want to go one step further and say that you would even go as far as to tell the enemy to attack them.
Yo, enemy, do what you want to do to them, man, because they ain't paying me. Fuck them. I'll fuck them right up there. Fuck them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a bit rough, isn't it?
No, it's outlandish. It's ridiculous. It's amazing that you've even got an American president will ever come out with this stuff. But he loves Putin. Trump, he loves Keon Jill. He loves all these massive leaders.
The other day, Putin's there talking about he prefers Biden. I remember saying Trump and Putin were good friends, you know. But over politics now, Putin's talking about...
Putin don't give a damn about Trump. Trump is just a flexible idiot that he can manipulate.
Right.
He's today's idiot. You know what I mean? He wouldn't mind sitting down with Biden and coming to a conclusion over the UN.
I'm sure this is the same man. Hold on. I'm sure this is the same man who talk about putting bleach or washing up liquid in people.
Damn right.
What kind of talk is that?
We need to stop calling him a man and start talking to him like this is the same idiot, right? That talked about we can inject bleach or something. Can we inject bleach? Yeah. Can we do that? Just as a clean up. Let's clean them up. Clean out COVID.
But Blaps, you just sound like you just don't like him anyway.
Me? No, I didn't just dislike him because I used to watch rap videos, and he's in all the rap videos. Everyone's like, Trump's in the house, all the gold and swagger. He's been in films and everything like that. It's been for a reason, because when he was just a billionaire, self-made billionaire, he was the pimp of the day.
Yeah,
all the best women around him and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. This is what our community used to look up to, was the pimp of the area.
Yeah, but if you know his history, he's building housing projects and that, flats and that.
And telling black people can't live there.
Second standard places to live. So I mean, and bullying people out of their place and that, and all type of stuff. His history is not good, really.
I just know more history about this man than most black people. Most black people are just going on the bandwagon of people say, oh, you do more for us because he was, they remember him in the rap video. They remember in the Apprentice and all that kind of stuff.
But they say that he's done, that Obama's done miles more worse things than what he's ever done.
In terms of what?
I saw something the other day.
Wait a minute. How can you even? When did Obama have sex with a prostitute?
Huh?
When did Obama have sex with a prostitute? When did Obama say you can just grab him by the
No.
When did he do this?
We're not on about,
what are you actually talking about?
Scandals. We're talking about things on the world stage.
No,
what
are you talking about?
If I can find the clip, I'll send it to you still. I just saw it the other day, man.
You're chatting about drone strikes, man. That's the only thing they got against Obama. But he was the king of drone strikes when he was out there. He's saving the people from getting killed. You know what I mean? He's saving soldiers from getting killed. Send a drone, bomb the crease out of people, and then that's it. And bring them back. And now they're trying to fight everything. He didn't wear a brown shirt one day, and they said, "How can he wear a brown shirt? That's not presidential colors. Was it trousers? Something like that? Some bullshit." They used to find anything to talk about this man. He's not Kenyan. He's Kenyan. He's not fully.
He's not Christian. He's a Muslim.
He's not fully American. You know what I mean? He's a Muslim. Yeah. His name is Obama. Barack Obama. Come on, man. Barack Hussein Obama.
They had a lot to say.
They blocked him on everything to make him look bad, and he still came out as the seventh best president of all time. Right? In a recent poll, Trump came dead last, 46th, worst president ever. And Biden came out 14, Obama came out 7, Ronald Reagan came out 16.
The problem with this argument, where you're going with this argument, bro, is that we're supposed to be sort of discussing about, like, is American system broken or whatever?
Yes, because of the president.
But all you're doing is cussing Trump. So
I'm saying, like, he's blocked everything that they could come to an agreement over because he just wants to stay in power. And so he's mashed up diplomacy. He's mashed up democracy. He's matched up rational thinking. You know what I mean? All he does now is trying to change all the laws, so next time he comes in, he could be a dictator. And that's why I'm saying American politics is broken, because they are relying on the Constitution to keep this guy out. Their Constitution has been tested. I actually think, you know what I mean, I've got another 45 minutes. I need to get through two more subjects. But like,
how many terms did he actually have?
Who? What? Trump?
Trump. Yeah.
One term. And that's all he's going to get. That's all he's going to get.
He's not winning. He's not going like a female, brother.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when he was in politics, every day there was jokes about this guy. Every single day.
Because every day he's got something
comedians were getting paid to talk about.
Every day he's got something stupid to come and say. He believed that he was on the...
At least he had everyone talking about it.
That's all right, because once you got him in your head, he's like an airworm now. He's like an airworm.
He wanted people around the world to be talking about him constantly.
That's it.
That is a case of...
Give him his due. He's one of the first world leaders who really kind of got to grips with social media, didn't he?
Marketing and stuff like that, yeah. All the rest of white bread. All the rest of white bread, basically. You know, all of it, even Obama, white bread. You know
when I tweet.
He's brown.
Yeah. Man took Twitter to a different thing, you know.
Yeah, when I tweet, man. Man in the bathroom and I tweet.
No, because you know what it is. You know what it is. Because you think, well, if Twitter's good enough for the president of the free world, isn't it?
Exactly.
Right? Why haven't I got one? I need to have one as well.
He was ghetto, bro. When he came in, he was ghetto. He's like, well, I won. Yeah. Damn, I won. How did that happen? I was only joking. Because Obama said you can never do this job. And he was like, oh, yeah, well, hold my beer. I'll show you. And so he got all in touch with his mates and got in touch with whoever got him in. And they all thought, oh, this would be fun to see how the ultimate white man was
stirring up things, man.
Yeah.
Nothing ain't going on. He don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Listen, he was a Democrat longer than any other president. He was a Democrat before he flipped to a Republican, because it would get him into a presidency. If he ran as a Democrat, he would never have got it. And I think he's done the most for Democrat Party than any other president. They've made the country hate Republicans to the point where they think Republicans are out there just to filibust and do nothing, just to gain power. They'll go through the most craziest stuff on immigration to rip children out of their parents' arms and all that kind of stuff, just to get a legal visa to stay in America to work. That's crazy.
So do you think Biden is going to do it for America then? Is
Absolutely, he's going to do it, but I don't think he'll spend the first year with second resident.
Remember, he's an old man.
He's going to. Kamala's just going. Kamala's just going.
My old man and he's an old man and his memory's chipping out.
Yes, both of them. They're both old men. One's 81 and one's 77. How are they not both old men?
Yeah, they're both old men, but one's older than the other man.
One's 81 and one's 77.
Well, the man
and the one that's 77 is talking utter gutter shite. He's talking utter rubbish. He can't even make one sentence that makes any sense.
Yeah, you have to give him You have to give him a little leeway, man. He's an old man.
He needs to be.
Is that really what's going on for America?
He needs to be calmed down and put in the back room and given some tablets to drool over.
Right.
Just let him chill out and watch TV shows where he's in it. Yeah, he needs to calm down and go away. But all he's doing anything for is just to keep him out of jail. He's not doing it for the people. He's not doing it for the country. He's not doing it for their status on the American plane. Everything he does, no, Trump. Anything he does is just to stay in power because keep him away from jail.
But look how long they've indicted him and this, that, and the other, and nobody can't move him yet.
What are you talking about? He's been indicted twice, 4 times. He's been indicted. That means they've got enough proof to put him in prison. You know, when you get indicted, they've found enough precedent to put you into court to fight for your right to stay free.
We don't see that.
No, he's done, 2 of them are done.
And him still did that walk up and down.
No. Well, it doesn't matter if he doesn't go to jail. You're not getting it. There's nothing criminal. There's only 2 that is criminal: the tax one and the fraud one. That was he got fined for that, and he got fined for the sexual assault and the documents, and the other one is the insurrection. So now the insurrection and the fraud one, the insurrection and the documents one can put him in jail.
You'll put him in jail.
Can put him in jail, but he won't. He won't serve a day in jail. I don't think he will. But like he'll the fines he's got already has crippled his business. He can't do no business in New York anymore, and that is the stage where you do business in the world. New York, Japan. You see what I mean? So if you can't operate out of New York, your business is essentially done. And he's always said he's the king of New York. So if he's not got New York, how are people going to vote him in to say, oh yeah, you're still in charge of where you live? You know what I mean? Where you started from.
But he's got a big stance against immigrants, yeah? That's right, yeah?
No, both of them. Obama's stance was much stronger than his. Right, but they don't want it to go through. It's Biden's now. Biden's taken up and said to the Republicans, all right, what do you want? And the Republicans said, we want this, and that. They said, all right, we won't do it that much, but we'll give you that. Do you agree? And they said, yes. Well, let's just go to my leader to see if he wants to say yes. Let's go through the Senate. Trump, what do you want to do? No, man, he looks too good. If we get this sorted out before the election starts, he's going to look too good. They're going to vote him in to say that we sorted out immigration while he was in term. So block it, block. And the man said, wait. The Senate said, we haven't received the bill yet, but when we do, we're going to block it.
Before it even comes, they're going to block it.
Before they even read it, they're blocking it.
Right. So even though
same thing they did to Obama.
Even though Trump himself, I'm sure, is an immigrant, his missus is an immigrant.
Who?
He's going
Trump.
on like
Trump. Yeah, Trump. Both his missus.
So he's going on like that.
Yeah.
She's feisty, you know.
He's too
He's
much,
very
man. He's a
cheeky.
joker. He's a
Yeah.
complete joker. And everyone's beginning to see it now.
Every
Except Mark.
country's
Mark
gonna,
don't see it yet. Mark loves
no, but every country is going to be like that. You know, that's because you're any world leader. Doesn't matter whether you're an immigrant or your family were
Yeah, you
immigrants or
still
your
have to deal
wife.
with the case of immigration.
You're going to have some control on immigration.
Yeah, you have
Immigration
to
is
deal
the
with the
top.
case.
it. Absolutely.
It is tough.
If
That's
you
the
can't
main
tell
thing.
your people something constructive about immigration, man, you're in trouble, bruv.
That's right.
You
You're in
have to deal with
So
trouble, man.
immigration.
he
Immigration is
he
the toughest
knows
part.
that.
My
He
point is
knows
the way
that.
he goes on, he's a bit cheeky, if you ask me.
There you go.
Yeah,
Because
but
he's gone to
as
the
I said,
people then and
as
And
I
he's
said,
like that with
said,
everything. He's like
"What's
that
the
with
main
everything.
thing?" He thought it was abortion, so they all tried to sort out abortion, but they're going to throw that back out as soon as Democrats get back in again. They're throwing that out. Roe v. Wade, they're throwing that out again, right?
Mm.
So that's going to be, it's amazing that they even got judges to reverse that. So because of Trump put like 4 judges into the Supreme Court, and so they all backed him up with Roe v. Wade and reversed it. And everyone was like, "What? What the hell? You're not going to let women have control over their bodies? You're going to tell them where they can have an abortion? You're going to tell them which country they're going to? That's crazy." So anyway, they're going to throw that back out, but they were wrong. It's immigration is the main one, and because they were about to come to an agreement, Trump said, "No, put a scupper in it, mash that up, right? Because I want to run in the election against Biden because he hasn't sorted out the immigration problem."
So he wants to get
And so
elected
the
president.
Republicans went
He
to
can do it then.
the Democrats and said, "You won't get a deal for supplying Ukraine aid to battle against Russia unless we sort out immigration problem."
Right.
And Biden said, "All right, go into there, sort out the problem." So they sorted out the problem. You agree? Yeah, you agree. Days and days and days, months and months and months, weeks and weeks and weeks gone past, months and months, and they finally come to agreement. And then they took it to Trump, and Trump said, "Nah, I don't care what it is. I don't care how good it is. I want it killed because I need to fight him against something. Because they don't back me up with Roe v. Wade. They don't really care about that. You know what I mean? They got Republicans going
So
back on Roe v.
they
Wade.
took it to Trump. They took it to Trump for him
Yes.
to okay it. Who's he?
I mean, Trump is the leader of the Republican Party.
Republic.
Don't you understand how it goes? The
Republic
GOP
Party.
is the grand old party. That's the Republican Party. He is their leader. It's just like you got the House of Commons and the House of Lords. You got 2 leaders of the House of Commons, right? You got Labour and Tory, okay? And the Lords decide what they judge on, what goes into law, right? So they bring a white paper and they go back to the white thing, and it goes up levels and levels until it goes to another place. And that's what they do.
I hear what you're saying, but my point is, I don't understand how Trump then, is still the leader of the same party with all these
He's a leader
indictments
because he's got
against him.
Because he's got the most votes from the people
Right.
to be the head of the party. It doesn't mean that he's got great policies or anything. He has no policies. He couldn't tell you a policy he's got. He couldn't tell you the minutiae of a policy that he put forward because he hasn't put one forward. All he says
So what
is,
they relying on the Bill of Rights and Constitution.
Bill of Rights got nothing to do with this, and the Constitution got nothing to do with this.
What is that thing then?
The Constitution?
Isn't
Constitution.
that what
Britain's got a constitution. We've got a set of laws that govern what happens in certain circumstances and how we go about our business.
Americans got one as well, but I can't remember the name of their
Constitution.
The Constitution. Right, okay.
The Constitution, yeah.
That's what it's called, yeah?
Yeah. It's good, like 250 years ago.
Yeah.
By the founding fathers, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. That argument.
Right, yeah. But that's their laws. The 13th Amendment is the one you should be worried about.
Right.
The 13th Amendment, that's the one that says that if you're a black man in America of ethnic origin, of African origin, if you do any crime, you immediately revert back to chattel status.
Where's that law?
Wait a minute, that's the 13th Amendment. Is that what you're saying?
That's what the 13th Amendment says. You got the First Amendment that says right to free speech, Second Amendment, right to bear arms. You know what I mean? You got all these. When it gets down to the 13th,
yeah,
I don't know. I think they've changed a few bits.
Wait, what did you say, Matt? I never hear that part there. So
is it still relevant?
Is it relevant?
Well, you tell me. Do police have
to now? You know what I mean?
complete control
there's quite a few
over?
laws that are just redundant, isn't it?
Can it ever be enforced?
There's quite a few laws that's redundant.
Well, since George Floyd, before George Floyd and after George Floyd, it was about qualified immunity. That anything that the policeman says, the judge and the jury, the prosecution will believe. So they'll write up any report. Yeah, the man attacked me. He was belligerent. He was out of control. And he reached for something. I thought it was a gun, so I shot him 4 times in his face. And it doesn't matter what it was. He was carrying a mobile phone, or he was carrying around a handbag that looked like a mobile phone or a gun. It doesn't matter what. They're not going to believe his story. It's called qualified immunity. So they lost that. They're trying to get lost after George Floyd. And so that's what the George Floyd Act is about, is that they can no longer rely on qualified immunity, which is freaking out policemen, because that's where their power is. You see what I'm saying? They have to now manipulate the law and manipulate how things are, because cameras become mandatory after, you know what I mean, just before George Floyd and after George Floyd, cameras become mandatory. And the sequence of events that happened before you deal with ethnic minority people have changed. Everyone that the police comes in contact now, if they think it's going to be a problem that they need to record, they have to put on their camera now. They could choose to put on their camera, but now they have to come into contact. If they're going to a restaurant, some of them might be in trouble, they have to put on their, like as they get out of their car, they have to put on they have to put on their chest camera. So it's a lot of different legislation going around. They want to defund the police is what they're calling it. But defund the police is not taking away all the money from the police, so they can't afford to buy guns. It's taking away from them the ability to be a medical, person when they turn up, a mental health person when they turn up to a conflict between a husband and wife. They have to arrest one man. It's like in the UK, they have to arrest someone, and it's usually the man. Right, so about this time now, they can arrest you just because there's an argument, right? But now that's all changed. They have to call out a different body of people to come in and sort out your domestic, rather than they come up with an armed response to a domestic. So these are all things that the police are freaking out. They're losing their power. They're losing their authority over whomever they come up against. And I watch a lot of videos where lawsuits have happened because the police ain't done their job properly, or they straight up went against the constitutional rights of the person that they come up against. And most of the time, 90% of the time, is black people that are being, thumb on the head kind of thing, oppressed with the law. And so that's all going to stop if if the proper laws go through. It's not a problem until you see lots of videos coming up about it. You see what I mean? Because now it just looks they're doing their job. They're doing their job. Most of the time they're doing their job and they're not doing their. So he's waving like that. When he got a George Floyd, oh no, all police are terrible. Oh, we need to control them all. They're out of control. There need to be more stringent controls over what they can do. And then it calms down again and it's back to the balancing up and down. But when you see a demographic of people consistently getting oppressed by police-powered people police that are going out of their way to get their stats up by going to the nearest town, black town.
So they get their quota up.
To get their quota up. Things are got to get controlled. So that's what they're doing with defunding the police.
And listen, I've got to log out for a minute, so I've got to make 2 phone calls quick before it gets late.
All righty then.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon. If you can come back in, that'd be awesome.
I'll cut still.
No problem. I'm used to talking to myself too. So we used to do that in BLAPPS TARK when it was on Tropical FM.
Mm.
I would just talk to the camera and we'd have someone else talking to the chat who were watching the live feed.
Okay,
So
yeah.
sometimes I'll be able to reply to the chat, but I wouldn't see anyone. I'd always be talking. So
Okay, you see the text.
And I'd just call out people. Oh, Spence says Trump's a damn fool. I agree with you, Spence. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just out for himself, bro. All right, let me talk about real quick. Talk about celebrity and community. All right, give me a minute to get this out. So KSI, well-known blogger. Well, basically, he's a YouTuber, and he's very famous. Boxing matches, all that kind of stuff, gaming, all that kind of stuff. He's well-known, very well-known, millions of followers.
Influencers now.
Yeah, influencers. There's millions of views on his videos and his shenanigans that he gets up to. And someone came out with a question, what is your stance on Gaza? And so he's just like, well, I don't know much about Gaza. It's above my head. It's above my pay grade now. I don't really understand what's going on over there. I told him, wow, you don't come out with a Gaza, man. Cease and desist, leave me alone. Go free. I just laughed it off. But people took that seriously. So my question is today, it's not about KSI. It's just that he's the latest one where the response to his flippant remark is, oh, you're a celebrity and you're putting all your stuff out. You're saying Gaza like it doesn't mean anything. You know how many thousands of people are dying? You know, my family's over there. So they're all getting vexed with him, not giving a damn about something that's got nothing to do with it, right? And I'm of the same ilk. I don't care about Israel's problems. I don't care about Gaza's problem, Palestine's problems. I don't care about them. They don't care about my problems, my African problems, or my descendants' problems before. When 20 million people were getting killed in the Congo, I didn't hear nothing from these people. You know what I mean? And there's 6 million Jews, fine. 6 million Jews got killed in the war, fine, okay. Bad scene, bad thing that happened, the Holocaust, yeah? Is that what you're calling it? So what's the Congo one by Belgium?
Chopping off hands and foot. Them type of thing.
Either side. You know what I'm saying? Opposite sides. So you come from the left hand and right foot. 20 million people dead, minimum. What about slavery? What about reparation for slavery? You ain't chatting about that. You ain't chatting about nothing. But now you want me as a black man. Both of these people have enslaved my people in the past. Both of them. Them first, you later. And then came the proper slavery, as it's called. And the slavery still going in your country. Libya, recently. 2007 was the first was banned. Slavery was banned in Libya as late as 2007. Proper legal slavery to them is legal. I can chain you, sell you to another person for money, was banned in 2007. That's how late.
That's just the other day, isn't it?
That's just a minute ago, right? And you want to talk about this conflict that's been going on for 70 odd years. Nothing to do with anyone else but them two. Ever since you've seen a president or country or anyone else or a person just winning the world beauty contest, what would you like now that you've won the beauty contest? Oh, I just want peace in the Middle East. That's what they were talking about. These people have been fighting as soon as religions were started. These people have been fighting because it's over a space in the world that's like an inch in circumference. When you look at it on the map on a globe, you see a globe like this. It's like a little area where all the wars have been fought, just in this one little area, and because of the Bible, a Torah, and a Quran. And now it's over oil and property, area, land, obviously, and control, basically, of
strategic, isn't it?
not a
Strategic.
control of the river, control of a pass next to Egypt. So that's why they wanted control of Egypt, because from Europe to India, you've got a pass now through the Suez Canal. That's what the Suez Canal was made for. So you don't have to go around the Horn of Africa. You could just go through the pass and get to India and do your trade.
They're bombing the ships. They're bombing the ships that's going through there.
Exactly. That's right. So now control over that area is of paramount importance to UK and America, because they could just go through there to get a quick place to get to Russia.
Trade and economics.
Yeah. They want to do all their bomb, their blockades and stuff like that. Where's the best place to block? Suez Canal. Where's that? Oh, it's near Israel. It's right there next to Israel. Right there. Oh, so let's just control that between Egypt and Israel. But anyway, that's what we're talking about now. KSI is not really the celebrity we're talking about. He's just a celebrity that is now showing that you're not allowed to have free speech. You're not allowed to have an opinion on it. You have to be against Israel, and you have to be for Palestine. Yeah, I'm just saying to you, Israel have been oppressing or occupying a people's yard, and yet you've got your countries, and you're vexed about that. They're occupying Palestine. Okay. What about French's occupation, China's occupation, India's occupation, America's occupation, Britain's occupation of Africa, African countries? What about them? What, because they're not killing everyone in the millions on TV, it's not a problem. It's not an ongoing problem. You've been doing this for hundreds of years, chopping up Africa. You decided how to chop up Africa thousands of years ago. And it's hundreds of years ago.
You've been amongst themselves.
Exactly. Let's get all the resources. Mansa Musa, the richest person that ever existed, richest person ever come to Africa. He had so much gold that his country, he bankrupted. He bankrupted other countries because of the amount of gold he brought in.
Yeah, as he passed through.
Yeah, just because he passed through.
His slaves had gold handcuffs, Richard.
My gosh.
That's what level it was at. Like now, man will get a gold chain and gold chaps and everything there. Them slaves had gold handcuffs, Richard.
And so when you read history as a political despot, you'll think, where can I get a lot of money from? Where can I rinse my Chinese money from? Where can I rinse my American money? Where can I rinse it out and launder it with gold? Ooh, Africa seems to have a lot of gold. Let's go there.
Wasn't that part of the argument with Gaddafi? Gaddafi said they were going to do the thing and make it all gold standard.
Gold was going to be the standard under Gaddafi, and he was offering so many free things, and he was trying to get rid of the British satellite. They were paying 500 billion per year for the use of UK satellite. UK was just like, what? We need that money, man. You're just going to use your own gold money to put a satellite up there. Every African use phone and mobile and laptops with your satellite. You're cutting off my money, man. You're messing with my money.
So was that about the satellite, or was it about the gold standard? Because
the gold standard was in retaliation to the petrodollar. The Americans made up a thing called a dollar bill. They made it up. You need more money? How much do you want? 2 trillion. No way. Print that up tonight. We'll print that up tonight. And now it's all going digital. How much money do you need? 1 trillion. Enter. You put 1, 9 zeros. There you go. There's your billion. 12 zeros, trillion. You know what I'm saying? You can carry on. All right? Million, billion, trillion. Yeah. So yeah, it's a matter of. But when you got gold, when it's reliant on gold, if you got all the world's gold in your backyard, then you're the richest people on the planet. You'll bankrupt everyone. As soon as you
Right.
change over the bankrupt, how much gold have you got to buy these minerals and resources from Africa for it with? Because we don't deal with your paper crap that you made up anymore. We deal with gold. So how much gold reserve have you got? You look in Fort Knox and we go down to our last 5 million bars that we stole from you or traded you out of. You know what I mean?
Because gold was the standard already, wasn't it, originally?
No, they were trying to buy all the gold. Remember when they knocked down the Twin Towers? Now, you can have your conspiracy theory, and I got mine, but you know, you talk about all the trucks of gold that were taken out of that place the day before it got knocked down. You could talk about Fort Knox not existing until you know that you know they had their gold all under the Twin Towers. The Twin Towers being insured for double what they were worth just before.
Back in the day, gold was the standard that the money was printed on, wasn't it? Like what we get
in
now.
Which country? In which country?
Around the world. Like we get the
no, right,
here
yeah,
in the
that's where you get sterling silver from. Yeah, so people used to.
went from
But
gold
when you're
to
born,
silver, didn't it?
when you're born, you're worth your weight in gold.
That's what your birth certificate's about.
That's right. So if you're £5 10 ounces, that's what you were in gold. They put that on the stock exchange.
That on the stock exchange. Yeah.
And so now they still do that now. And you can find out. I found out how many countries are dealing in my account. So access to the trust is another thing. So they can't deal with giving you like a commodity. Like people used to walk around, like you say, gold was the standard. So they walk around with gold dust in pouches. I need 47 sheep, please. So right, weigh it out. There you go. There's your gold dust. There you go. Give me my sheep. But you can't carry around gold with you. It's a security problem. So you made up fiat currency, which is what the dollar is, what the pound is, and it's based on sterling silver prices. So therefore, what this £5 will give you this much silver.
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to take that tenner or that £5.
So my mate is in another town. You show him this promissory note,
and they give you 5 sheets of gold. Yeah,
there you go. So you got a promissory note called a £5 note. And you go to the other town, give him that. You don't have to carry around the silver with you. But when you need silver, you just give him that note and he'll give you silver. You see
which they can't do. Which they cannot do.
They can't do that because they ain't got enough gold.
That's when they're bankrupt. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so if you went over to gold as a standard, it would be a major problem for them.
Yes, that's
and
right.
So now it's the fight is, the conflict in Palestine is so serious now that you see in Berry Park is a place in Luton, a main place for Muslims that come into Luton. They hit the epicenter, which is Berry Park, and they get a place there. And then they, over the years, they go out to different areas of Luton. But normally, when they bring any immigrant in or anyone that's coming first in, they offer the cheapest houses, which are in Berry Park, and this is where most of the Muslims are, right? It used to be before them, the Polish, then before them, the African, before them, the Indian, before
Irish
them.
as well.
Irish were there first.
Yeah.
It used to be 80% Irish, now it's 80%.
Yeah.
So now the demographic has completely flipped over the last 40 years. And so you go into Berry Park, and there's this massive art plaza that was made by Nadine. Nadine Plaza is called. In the middle of Berry Park. And it's got a big 30-foot long flag on Palestine flag on. Now, imagine any other flag up there in the middle of Berry Park. Imagine any other flag. British flag, bun down. American flag, bun down. Do you get me? There's no amount of Jamaican flag that can stay up there. No way. It better be a festival. It better be a weekend thing. But that flag's been there for weeks now.
Has it been there for weeks? I haven't seen it.
Well, I passed by it and someone told me it's been there for a while. And so a while is like a week or so, isn't it? Okay, I'm just going by what this man said. Well, how long has that been there? First time I saw it, I was like, what the hell? Are they allowed to do that?
Yeah.
But they run Berry Park. Like I said, they run the council. They can do what the damn they want. They think they can do what they want. You know what I
They
mean?
got the place locked still. They got Berry
They
Park
do.
and the council
They
locked
do have
still.
it locked. And if we don't do something about becoming part of the solution, then we're going to be pushed to the side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We're going to be
Man.
forgotten generation.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut now.
All right, bro. I'm going to talk
Good
about what
stuff, man.
sparks me off. You don't want to know, man.
Huh?
You don't want to know
I don't want to know
what sparks me off. Oh,
what.
Mark's
Right, go
coming
on.
back in.
Go on, tell me quickly what sparks you up.
What sparks me off today, people? Normally, I put up a picture of me being vexed right now, but what sparks me off is thoughtless parking. You go to a supermarket, where you're just going down a narrow street, and everyone's parked
Parked on both sides of the road.
on both sides of the road,
On the
or
corner.
they're so parked on the pavement that no one can walk on the pavement,
Mm.
or they're parked in disabled parking, or they're parked across a park, which is, oh my god, I want to burn the car down when I see that. Is when their tires are over the line.
Mm.
And I'm just like, really? You don't give a damn about whoever else. And
But that was
and
on.
another
That
one.
was on.
But
Sorry, before
the
you go
main
on,
thing
that was
about
on the news the other day, though. They were
what's
talking
this?
about that the other day on the news about people parking and not giving people enough room on the
Yeah, the
road.
councils are stamping down on it.
Yeah, they were talking. Yeah, they were talking about that on the news the other day.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
I'm going to give you one that's going to fire you up. I don't know if Mark's doing it, but it just looked like he got back. One that I got is when you got a driveway and someone parks in front of your driveway. I'll only be 2 minutes, and they're there all day.
Yeah, but that's illegal, isn't it?
That's illegal. It's supposed to be illegal. It's supposed to have
in
entrance and egress on your property.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, and you can say it's part of your home, but you can't because it isn't. Your home starts at your threshold, so someone can just drive onto your driveway and stay there if they want to. Yeah. Your home is the boundary walls of your property. That's why people put a fence around their garden, so it's part of the property. So you can't just drive through a fence, can
you? Right. So
you put a gate on it so you can put your car in and close the gate behind, and now that's the boundary wall.
So you're saying as long as if there's a driveway with no
if there's
gate,
no boundary wall, you can just drive straight.
They could just drive in and park in your driveway.
Park there all day if they wanted to. If they wanted to be a total ass, they could do it. They'd have some slashed up tires, of course.
Well, yeah, obviously it's gonna get wicked, isn't it?
It's gonna get mashed up, and obviously you're going to get terrified once you turn up to drive the car away. And they'll block you up and burn it and put some G4 on there. You know what I mean? They'll do something to it. Yeah, it's looting after all. Come on. But like, yeah, but people just park on the the driveway is here, and they park across the entrance, so they're not on your property, but they're blocking you from leaving. Even if they just go over by their bonnet or something, you can't get out properly. You have to wait for them to leave. Or you're supposed to have entrance and egress for ambulance, emergency services to be able to come through.
That is annoying still.
It's annoying as hell. And this is what sparks me off is like, why can't we just get a news report weekly just to show people how to park properly, or get something going in the council that totally takes away cars when they're blocked properly.
Yeah, there's a car park by me, and there's a block in there. You know, they paint the yellow block.
Okay.
Crisscross it.
See,
for the ambulance, yeah.
That's right. That's right. No parking at any time. Yeah.
Yeah, no parking at any time. That has been parked on for the last, I don't know, a year and a half, if I remember rightly.
But no one enforces it. No one calls
it. No one's enforcing it. Yeah, there was a time when the people would just leave that actual place empty.
Absolutely
but now,
empty.
It's not. Yeah, like you said, it's not been reinforced.
Yeah, they infringe it. Look around, see if anything's happening. Nothing happens for a couple of hours. They just leave it there. Sure. You know, no one's calling it because they all use it themselves. They all do the same thing. And
the reason why I say it's dread is because it's outside of old people's block. You understand? So you never ever know when they're gonna need that
They're going to
ambulance.
need the
Anytime.
ambulance anytime.
Yeah. So it is dreading that manner still.
So I think there
Yeah.
needs to be a constitutional change.
Yeah.
There needs
I
to
hear
be
that.
laws. At least
Mm,
people need to get shot in their leg. At least shot in their leg.
All right, I'm gonna cut. Yeah.
I am going
Respect.
to end the show too. So that's basically what's possible. We actually finished on time today. Thanks for coming
Okay.
in, my bro.
No worries.
Mark, if you're still in, thank you for coming in, guys.
Yeah, I'm here, brother, man.
Always good,
All
man.
right, bless, yeah.
Always good. So
Respect, man.
today, respect for peoples. We talked about over here. We talked about council tax going up over there. We talked about is America's politics out of control in the celebrity community? Is free speech going down the drain? And KSI was reprimanded for laughing about Gaza. What sparks me off? We talked about improper parking, bad parking sparks me off. It's bad things. Anyway, it's been great. Another awesome show. Loved it. Enjoyed myself. Love chatting to people. Love talking about today's problems. When you share the problem, it's halved, right? You're half the problem. And that's what we need to do. Talk more. Talk more. Half some of these problems. Make people calm down about certain things that we all thought we should be mad about. But yeah, I'll see you next Wednesday as normal. BLAPPS TARK is about the CDMA. It's part of the CDMA. The CDMA is the Community Development for Martial Arts. Is my voluntary group, anti-bullying group. We mentor, we coach young children, young people into becoming the best person they can possibly be. We do this by implementing our 9 initiatives that can be found at CDMA at https:// cdma.uk.com/. And you can see what we do, how long we've been doing it, over 20 odd years. We go to schools, we teach children warriors life classes so they can heighten their confidence and their self-esteem to defeat fear and doubt, which is the main causes of bullying and being bullied. So if you want to pressure test your child to become stronger and in mind, body, and spirit, which are the character traits that are going to be making you the person you are, then bring them to the CDMA Academy. We're based at Marsh House in Luton, and we're going to be having a new building very soon once our funding comes in, and we'll be able to deliver all the 9 initiatives, 3 for mind, 3 for body, 3 for spirit, in this building, and it'll be completely available to adults and children alike. We will be running the Young Warriors Youth Development Academy. We'll be running the People's Peace Portals from there. We'll be running the Hip Hop Historian Game Show from there. It's coming this year, and it'll be in time for summer. So get involved with the CDMA, volunteer as much as you feel like. There's plenty of things to do. You could be teaching children. You could be supporting mothers and fathers with their children. You could be getting involved in mental health side of it, where we support people that are in crisis. We also go into schools and deliver seminars in a.r.m.s, which is absolute reality martial system. So pro-reactive self-defense to enable people to have some kind of toolbox that they can learn in one day and utilize for the rest of their life. We do this at your command. So if you want us to come into your school as the martial arts anti-bullying campaign and deliver safe and deliver a.r.m.s, and safe and free running and everything else the CDMA does, then contact us at sifu_blapps@protonmail.com. You have been blappsed. I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And Joel on True. Jim. My world is your world and their world is ours.